following program, The Nightcap, is recommended for a mature audience. There is a strong chance that the show will contain adult themes, subjects of a sexual nature, coarse language, the coronavirus, traces of nut, the T-virus from Resident Evil, the location of MH370, gluten. It is recommended that all caution be taken when listening to the program. If you're easily offended, then this program is for you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Nightcap here on RPP FM. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course, welcome back to the Nightcap. This is our Anzac Day special. We don't get much of a chance to do it because it only happens once a year, but when it does happen, that's when we shine the brightest. First and foremost, before we get into the entire show this evening, on that side of the studio, he's, of course, the Lord of Rock and Roll and the king of all that is metal, is Parking Nick.
Good evening, Captain. Good evening, Nation. I hope everyone has celebrated their Anzac Day in the appropriate manner.
So far, so good. How about yourself?
Appropriately.
That's all you can ask for.
We're out in the driveway at 5 to 6 this morning, doing it the way it should be done.
Fantastic, Beef, and a salute to you. But sitting right next to you, she's, of course, the fiery redhead herself, it's Secret Agent Ness.
It's me, yeah. More like the fiery grey head right now.
You going? Is this the Cruella de Vil look for today, or?
I think so. Yeah. Just get me some Dalmatians. We'll be all good.
No wonder you don't come to visit.
It's because I'm not allowed in the house.
Yeah. Were that one?
Sorry.
You were once to feed the cats.
Yeah, that was it. That was the only time.
Yeah.
They've never let me back in after that. So what can you do? What can you do? Now, before we get into the entire show this evening for the first time. Now, you guys can't see it, but the people out there around this wonderful planet of ours and our intergalactic listeners as well that can see us, down the bottom here, right about there, is the YouTube live chat. So if you're on YouTube and you want to say hello to us, feel
Oh
free
my God.
to drop a word in there because it will turn up on our screen and we can see it. So even if
I
you're in the
can't.
chat, you can't, I can. You can look after the Facebook chat, I'll look after the YouTube chat.
Wilco.
All right.
Okay. And if you are new to the program, very simple. Just sit back, relax. We're going to cover off on the terms and conditions so you understand what on God's green earth is going on. Felt like Italian then, using my hands like that.
Yeah.
So, terms and conditions apply. Are you two ready to sign off? We need to make sure everyone signs off on this
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it gets
Yep.
very dangerous.
I've got my reading glasses here.
Excellent. Here we go then. Terms and conditions of play. Here we go. Deep breath in. If you want to be part of the fun and excitement that is the Nightcap Nation, it is very easy to do. Simply jump on your Facebook computer type device and type in these 4 magical words.
The Nightcap Nation.
Oh, yes, and after injecting Deadol into your veins, you too can proceed into the ranks of the Nightcap Nation. You can even join the live chat that happens apparently in 2 different spots now throughout the show.
Oh, this is out of control, Captain. Out of control. The chat, it is just, going off.
Going off, is it?
Going off.
I know we've got Bobbin in there who says
Yeah.
Grace the new sexy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
JD Girl is in there.
Mhm.
US Marshal has got up in the middle of the night, probably because his neighbours have kept him awake. Tommy Tucker's in there.
Tommy Tucker.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Yes, little baby.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
baby
Little-
Jake.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Baby Captain, but all right, fair enough.
Oh, Jack. Sorry, Jack.
Oh, Baby Jack.
Yeah.
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
Oh,
hang on a minute.
ooh.
So you did name him after me. Right, now I got it.
No.
On our YouTube chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, have you covered off who's in the other chat yet? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
Oh,
the first one. Yeah. I just went through the names.
sweet. Because on the on the YouTube one, I can see
Yeah.
Bobbin
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
and Kimatron is also on there.
Uh-huh.
I also know that McLovin will be watching the show back on repeat, so hello to him and his wonderful family as well. Everyone else that's around this wonderful planet of ours and our intergalactic listeners as well. It is our Anzac show
Yep.
tonight. We want to have as many of you here as we possibly can because it's always good to have company.
Yep. And due to copyright restrictions, we can't play some of the songs that we usually play, 1916 and Cliffs of Gallipoli.
Correct? But
But the Captain, you've sourced some pretty appropriate material.
I certainly did. I've got two musics tonight.
Two musics?
Two musics.
Right.
The first one we're going to hear in a few minutes is from a Navy vet who then became one of Australia's...
Oh, he looked after,
pillars.
that looked after like seals and things, did he?
Oh, sorry, Navy veteran.
Ah. I thought he was the one who looked after the fish that the boats ran over.
He could have. I didn't go that far into the interview. I forgot to ask these
No,
questions.
okay.
This is why you need to be part of the interviewing process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I think
hire,
I have to.
yeah, you're there for all the interns that we hire. You can't even be for this one, or what?
There's that one. That one who came in the meat dress.
Oh, yeah, I remember her. Do you remember her,
right
Secret
on.
Agent Ness? I remember her.
No, I don't believe I've ever met her.
We've got heaps of pictures. Heaps.
Great, fantastic. PM me.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, slide right into those DMs.
Look at the
No, but the first person we're going to hear from tonight is he is a comedian, if not a trailblazer comedian for the R-rated comedy, Cole Elliott.
a legend.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Genuine legend.
Oh, absolutely.
I can remember even when I was young, that's how long he's been going.
47
Even
years.
when I was young and drunk, Col Elliott was funny.
and he still is. He still is.
And he still is. Oh, no.
This is a very special interview because for the first time he's opened up about his service when he was in Vietnam. So we talk about the medallions and medals that he's received, some of the conflicts that he was involved in. He's a very fascinating man, and you'll see throughout the interview, whenever he tries to veer off for comedy, we come straight back to why that is. Why did he develop this sense of humour? How did he get his start? And this is the very important stuff I wanted to bring out of him today for this particular interview.
Just for the listeners and watchers, Captain, when you say it's the first time he's opened up about it, it is genuinely the first time.
Yes.
We're not doing a Channel 7 clickbait bullshit thing teasing you.
Exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, this is exclusive. This is the Captain one-on-one with Cole Elliott. First time ever, and good on you, Cole.
Yeah, he's a champion. That is absolutely for sure. I don't want to give too much away for it. I thought maybe we just jump straight into it. And after this particular interview, it goes for a little bit, so please hear him out. He's got a lot of really good things. Settle in, enjoy the interview. Yeah. When that interview finishes, his song that he wrote with another gentleman called Some Gave All will be playing directly after that, and then after that we'll move into question time. So this is an exclusive, as Parking just stated. He's never openly talked about his experiences in the Vietnam War. So this is a very big honour for us to be the vessel to bring this information out, if you will. So, it's fantastic. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and we'll be back with question time in just a moment. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, joining us today on this special of all days, you will know that my next guest is one of Australia's leading singer-songwriters, comedian as well, with over 47 years in the comedic game. One of my true heroes, Mr. Cole Elliot. Hello, good sir.
Oh, hello, Josh. How are you? Thanks for having me, mate.
Oh, no, the pleasure is all mine. And you're going to be one of the only people I let get away with calling me Josh. Normally I'm known as the captain, but I'm going to let you call me whatever you want.
Okay. But look, I'll go with anything. You know me, I'm pretty easygoing, ex-Navy, so I'll go with anything.
This is one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you today of all days. Obviously, today being the 25th of April, Anzac Day. Not many people know this about you, and I know when we first started talking, we wanted to organise a comedic interview, and we will get to that down the track. But today of all days, I would like the privilege of asking you publicly about your naval career.
Today's a very special day, as you know. And of course we're in lockdown. I did a little performance in my driveway, but I joined the Navy in 1965 when I was 16. I did a year at HMAS Lewin, which was like a Navy college. Did a year there, then went to sea at 17, and I was sent to the Hobart, HMAS Hobart, and we were the first fighting unit to go to Vietnam. We were on loan to the Americans. I was 17. I was the youngest on board, and we went to Vietnam. We worked in the north of the DMZ, right up north at the Gulf of Tonkin, and our job was to stop their lines of supply and blow up their bits and pieces. And we came under fire quite a bit, so I saw quite a bit of action up there. I turned 18 3 months before I got home. I'll try and give you the career in as short a possible space as I can. I did 7 years. I ended up a recruit school instructor. I taught seamanship and basic navigation. But I turned 18 3 months before I came home from Vietnam. And during that time, our unit was in the rescue squad when the USS Forrestal blew up. We lost 134 blokes. It was pretty graphic, pretty heavy. I left Vietnam, finished my time in Vietnam, and I did a course in a base, and then went to HMAS Stewart, which was a frigate. And we were, in 1969, we were in the South China Sea, and the HMAS Melbourne cut the USS Frankie Evans in half and I think we lost 78 blokes in that. So we were in the rescue squad with there. So we went straight in. We were rescue destroyer behind the Melbourne when that happened. So we were there for about 15 hours cleaning up, and so I saw a lot of stuff at sea. Got out of the Navy after 7 years when I turned 23, and here I am today.
Because from what I've read, because I've got access to your awesome autobiography, the Navy had, and the war itself had a big impact on how your career in comedy took off. Like, do you think that built you a bit more different to others, I suppose?
Yeah, it did. I never really became a show busy sort of person, you know. When I was in the Navy, I went to places. I went all over. I went Singapore, Hong Kong, Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Penang. I went everywhere, Japan, and we were always broke. So we formed a band in a place called Nee Soon in Singapore, and we called ourselves the New Nee Soon City Ramblers Jug and Jazz Band. We used to get a free dim sim, a free beer, and I used to sing all my big songs like "Who Put the Sand in the Vaseline," all that stuff. And I got a taste for showbiz there, and it took, I guess, the light relief. It helped a hell of a lot, you know. It took your mind off the things that you'd seen and done, and it helped me a lot. It was very cathartic, and so when I got out of the Navy, Karen and I had a little baby, and we were broke. And I had a 1953 anniversary Ford, which was had Angry Anderson tyres on it and little bits of wire hanging off. The copper picked me up. I actually. He said to me, "If you don't get this car off the road, so I went on a show called Kevin Dennis New Faces, and I resurrected some of my Navy stuff, and I won the finals, and it set the career, and away I went as a stand-up comic and picking my guitar and doing all my bits and pieces, and I always found it was a great outlet to me because I had seen a lot, and I'm not saying there's not a lot of people out there. My brother was at the Battle of Coral; he saw a lot. I know what the vets go through, and I'm a big and very proud veteran, by the way, and I help them where I can, you know.
Well, this is the thing is. With the nightcap, you know, primarily a lot of our listeners and a lot of our fan base are either still on the job, veterans themselves, or still being deployed. In fact, we've got a couple of Navy guys that listen to the show quite regularly who work over in Cerberus, not far from where we broadcast. So
right.
To us, you know, one of my co-hosts, or I shouldn't call him co-host, he's a brother of mine, Nick. His father was in World War II and was part of D-Day on the beaches. So it's entrusted in us in such a big way. So when we get a chance to talk to a veteran like yourself, we're looking at it not only from the public's perspective, but from families that know what it's like to have someone like this.
I understand that completely. My mum, Joni, she was beautiful, little Cockney lady, talked like that. Hello, love, you all right? And, you know, she was in the Blitz. She was 17 years old. She was in the Blitz in London. My old man was at Dunkirk. And he talked about Cerberus, and I've got my nephew, his Chief Petty Officer Elliot, Sean Elliott, who's a diver. And he's been deployed. He's been to Afghanistan. It's a total different show now, and he's got his ribbons up, medals of valour. I'm very, very proud of him. My brother Ralph, as I said, was in 14 years in the army. So the whole family has been involved. And when I got out and I started doing my comedy, I was pretty raw. My comedy was pretty raw, and no one had sort of seen that sort of comedy because it was straight out of the services. And I'd go on and do a gig, and they'd say, "Oh, he's a bit bloody rough." It was years later that Kevin Bloody Wilson come on and Rodney Rude. But funnily enough, They're older than me. Like Kevin's 3 years older than me. Rodney's, I think, 76. I'm 71 this year, so I'm 70 now. But I started earlier. I started when I was 24, when I got out of the Navy, and I'd been doing it a lot in the bars of Singapore and Hong Kong. But it did relieve a lot of that. And look, when you're a serviceman, the comradeship and the mateship. I've got mates of mine who still ring me up and say, "Hey, Mohawk." They used to call me Mohawk, and they still do. All my mates call me Mohawk because my first, I went in for my first haircut and I had hair on my shoulders like we all did in the 60s and 70s. And I was a kid, and I said, "I'll just take a little bit off the sides, will you, mate?" And left me with a little strip down the middle. And today it looks very cool with the kids. Yeah. But a little strip down the middle, and one of the blokes said, "He looks like a bloody Mohican." So I got the nickname Mohawk. So when you read that book, you'll see me as mentioned as Mohawk many times through the book. And all my mates, I'll be sitting in there doing a concert, and all of a sudden I'll see, "Hey, Mohawk," and I think, "Oh no."
Here we go.
They're still in touch with me. Still great, mate, after 50 years.
Can I ask you on a personal level? Because a lot of people who are big fans of your work, like myself, I've been following you since the first release of The Lighter Side of Col Elliott, when it was still on the old 45. Like, that's how long I've been a fan.
Oh, that'd have Varicose grooves now, wouldn't it? Just about.
Yeah. But I didn't know much about your military heritage and history. Is there a reason that you haven't made this more public, except for...
I make it public where I can help. And in my show, at the moment I do a song called "All Gave Some," which Alan Caswell wrote. And Alan rang me and he said, "Cole, you're a vet. I want you to do the narrative in this and sing it with me." And I did, and we collaborated on that. And the vets love it, and it's a tribute to them, and they know how I feel. But look, I go for the lighter side of stuff. I get out and I walk on stage, and I have a fat time. I walk out there and I say, I just come back from Greece. I said, it was wonderful in Greece. I loved it. I said, I'm going to be crook in the guts. And then I went down to the hospital, and it was all in Greek. And I went, oh my God. Then I saw a sign that said, English-speaking doctor. I thought, Jesus, what a great idea. We should have that here. People say you can't do that stuff anymore. I still do.
Yes,
unfortunately, I'm not politically correct. And I'm not politically correct. I never would be.
And this is why you
nor is any of the Army blokes or Navy blokes. None of them, or Air Force blokes, or Air Force blokes. They're all the same. We're all tarred with the same brush. We've got the same sense of humour.
And I think that's... So the nightcap started off in a shed where I sit down with some friends, have a drink, play some music, talk some shit. And then all of a sudden people would laugh at it, and that's where the show sort of developed. 13 years later, an award-winning radio show, etc. But to have someone like you led the charge. You set the trail. Yeah. Without you, blue comedy wouldn't exist.
I guess I did. As I said, in a lot of ways I did. I didn't really know. I think there was a Sydney comic called Johnny Garfield, who was a little bit before me, and John had R-rated humour, but it wasn't. It was a different sort of humour. I do a lot of accents. I do a lot of characters in the show. I do Chooker the roadie. My phone's going beep, beep, beep. I do stop it. It's terrible, technology. Slugger Mulligan, and he's beautiful. I love doing him. He comes in and he's bloody, Mr. Shitter William. Loves sex, loves orgasm, gives her something else to moan about. When you do a character like that, It's wonderful. It's misogynistic. I love it, and I do. You know, and then I had Arthur C. Stork, the gardening expert, and he had the beautiful gardening segment called "Getting Rooted" with Arthur C. Stork. I did Punjabi, the country and eastern singer. Yeah, songs like "Curry with the Fringe on Top" and "They Left My Heart in New Delhi." Harry Carey, the failed kamikaze pilot. I love doing the characters, but I love doing Cole too.
Yeah.
And so there's parts, but the comedy. I did a lot of characters, and a lot of it was blue. A lot of it was, you know, and then I drifted into a little bit of country music as well. You know, I used to open up the Country Music Awards for about 16 years, and I knew all the country artists. I knew, like, I'm dropping names, but I knew Keith the Urban when he was busking on the streets. You know, what a great ambassador of Australia, and what an incredible artist. But you know, I went back in those days, and I knew, you know, the old Slim Dusties and all the rest. I used to sit backstage, and we'd all have a laugh. And I enjoyed country music, and because I used to pick a bit of banjo. You know, a little bit of bluegrass, and I play guitar and all the rest of it. So I had an interest in that too. So I recorded songs like Henry, Banjo and Me, and songs like that. And there was a little bit of straight stuff mixed in. And it was funny. One night I was doing a gig, and it was, you know, I was being naughty. It was a bit R-rated, and stop that. An old lady came up and she said, "Excuse me." I said, "Yes, love." She said, "I booked tickets to see the other Col Elliott, the one who does all the nice songs. Do you know where he's going to be performing?" Oh, shit. I used to confuse my audience. Kevin Wilson always used to say to me, Kevin Bloody Wilson used to say, "Cole, you confuse your audience. You do too much. You do straight stuff as well." So I don't know. I do what I enjoy.
But the best thing is your reach, because yes, there was a lot of blue stuff, and in the early parts of my adolescence, I wasn't allowed to listen to too much, you know, blue side of things.
No.
So the lighter side of Cole Elliott, as I said, that, you know, Clyde from the CRB and Zara and all these awesome songs. I grew up with them. They're the first songs I learnt to off the top of my head. You know, like. So
I wrote those sort of things, and they were middle of the road, and unashamedly they were middle of the road. I enjoyed writing them, and enjoyed. I didn't actually perform. I never performed them at my show, but I used to pick a bit of banjo and do Clyde of the CRB. I used to do a little bit of that, but the songs that I was doing, you know, like Miss Approximate and all that. I mean, you couldn't really. That weren't record. You couldn't put them on. You could put them on record, but you couldn't play them. You know. But I, you know, when I come out of the Navy, I had this raw humour, but I discovered the other side later on, and I enjoy the whole lot of it. I really do. But my kids, I remember my daughter, she was about 13, and she come home and she was absolutely distraught. And I said, "What's the matter, Kimmy?" And there she's like 45 now. And she said, "Dad, all the boys in the shelter sheds are playing your tapes." I heard them, Dad, you swear. And I said, "Sweetheart, look, see the shoes on your feet? I paid for them, and those records did too." So she had to sort of wear a bit of that growing up. I have 3 daughters, but they all had to wear a bit of Dad's reputation. Well, fed them.
That's exactly it. You know, it brought the money in. So like, obviously, I'd love to get into more of your comedy, but today I wanted to focus on your military career, because I feel that this is a side of Cole Elliott not many people get to see, and I'd like to sort of dig into that a bit. Like, you've got some great awards there that you wear proudly on your over your arm. Can you walk us through the medals that you received?
Well, there's the Vietnam Star, and there's the Imperial Medal for Vietnam. There's long service, which is the over 6 years, a defence medal. There's one particular, you'll see a particular. It's got no medal on it. It's a ribbon, and that was given us by the American 7th Fleet. They flew out and gave us this for bravery. And I think it was. At the time, when we first got mentioned in dispatches, but they sent us in to blow up some barges, and we got halfway in, and we were told there was going to be about 2 counter batteries, surefire, coming at us, and it turned out there was about 15. And our one stage there that lifted up the bottom of our at the back of our the stern, and we came down and the engine stopped, and we were just floating there, and they were lobbing them on us. And our captain Guy Griffith was an incredible bloke, and he got us out of it. We zigzagged, got out of it, and we never got hit. And there was an incredible amount of bombs dropped around us that day, and just thank God we didn't get hit. It was very, very frightening, but it was at the same time. There were other actions that we took part in, and they gave us a commendation. So I wear a commendation as well. I also wear a couple of medals that are what they call a celebration type medal. Yep. I did with Normie Rowe and with Paddy and Ding Dong, but everybody. There was everybody at this concert and the 40th anniversary of the Long Tan, and we did a concert, and they presented us with a medal of thanks. For all we did for the vets, as an entertainer's medal. So I wear that with pride. That sort of combat medal, but I wear it with pride. And another one, the FESR 50th anniversary, Far East Strategic. Can't say it, otherwise teeth in. Far East Strategic Reserve Medal, which the Navy said it was okay to have, and it was for 50 years because I was up there with that too, with the commos, and so a couple of those are commemoratory, and how do you say it? I can't. Commemorate. Oh, Jesus.
Jeez, I'm going to
commemoration. If I hadn't have left school at 14, I would have got that. So a couple of them. The rest of them are all service medals, and so I've got 7 service medals. I don't know. You can see them there. They're up there.
Oh, we've got some beautiful photos.
And so I wear all that with pride, and it's Vietnam's the main one, and as I say, there's medals they give you for sticking with the Navy for so long, and all the rest of it. And I'm a very proud vet. Yeah, I am very proud of it. But look, I think that we've got to. I look today at the kids today, and what they have to go through too. 50 years ago, it's unbelievable. 1967, I can't believe I was 17 years old and went through that. And when I come home, I was 18, and all my mates were still going to dances with the bands, and I just couldn't relate to them anymore. It changed my life. It changed the way I thought and the way I valued my life, and now my children and my grandchildren, the most important thing in the world to me.
Yeah, and I fully understand why. I certainly do, and I know a lot of our vets that are listening today understand why as well. We have there's a very good friend of mine by the name of Aaron who was in Afghanistan this time a few years ago, where they were hit by an IED. And he got shrapnel on the legs, and he is on his journey now of recovery. So to hear that it's one of these things that will stay with you, and it's what you do with it, I think is the key message here. Is we can.
It's to.
We can't
Look, I totally agree with it. No, we can't forget Sean, my nephew, who Karen and I, our nephew, my brother's boy. He's a chief petty officer diver. He was over there doing the IEDs, and that's what he did in his bomb disposal, and he teaches it too. And he's a clearance diver, and he's also trained SAS, or they cross over now.
Yeah.
They're not like just. And you go back to the First World War, they created clearance divers to clear the bombs. Before that, they were just divers. Then they got all the divers and taught them how to clear. And you want to read the stories. Unbelievable. Well, he now is, I think he's in charge of one of the diving teams, but he is a 25-year veteran, and he's got some awards for valour, and I just totally relate to him and what he went through as well. And he's a tough boy. He's a real tough boy, But he's got his family and his kids are everything to him,
Yeah, I fully understand that.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do, if it's all right with yourself, obviously Anzac Day being today, I'd like you to get back to enjoying it with your family and your friends. But I'd like to have you back on very, very soon to talk about your comedic side of life, if that's okay.
Mate, I like to have a laugh. We'll have a laugh, and but all the best for Anzac Day, and all your mates and all my mates out there that are listening or watching or whatever. We had a beard service this morning just in the driveway, but we did the whole bit, and we played All Gave Some, and they enjoyed that, so that was good of us.
We're going to play All Gave Some right now, actually, directly after this interview. So thank you so much, for that gift, and two, for your time today.
Now, do you want me to call you Captain, or do you want me to call you Josh Boy?
You can call me Joshy Boy, mate. I'll accept that.
Okay. All right, Cap. I got you. See you, mate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lyle. I'll talk to you again very soon. Oh, sorry, Mr. Elliot. I don't know why I was calling you Mr. Lyle then, but thank you, Mr. Elliot.
Mr. Elliot, yes, then I am now.
You've hit that senior year, you see.
Yeah. I'm in. That's why I'm not leaving home. I'm in the top bracket. We'll get there, though. It'll pass.
Very, very true. Well, Mr. Elliot, thank you so much for your time. And again, thank you so much for your service.
Mate, thank you very much. Good on you, Josh.
Good on you.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
lest we forget.
Welcome to the Nightcap Question Time. In time. How is that?
Great interview, Captain.
No,
That was
it's,
fantastic. Why?
he is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most interesting people I've had the pleasure of talking with. He really
Yeah.
was. Before we get into
Pardon Nick, he's an interesting person.
he's all right, I
Yeah.
suppose.
So good
Yeah. Just the way Col Elliott touched on it there. For anyone who's not aware, the USS Forrestal was a huge disaster. It was an aircraft carrier and a fighter that was on the deck, armed and ready to go, accidentally released an unguided rocket that managed to hit other planes, and there was a massive deck fire with fully fueled and armed planes exploding on a carrier deck. There were, I think he said, 130 odd people who died. If you've got a strong stomach, look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But that was a massive, horrid disaster. And the Frank E. Evans, rather, as he said there, was literally cut in half by the HMAS Melbourne, and more people didn't survive than did.
It's
So,
it really is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
shit, man.
I know you guys couldn't see the interview as it was happening, but for those that were watching the video, you'll see a few photos, and they're him. There's one where you can see the bombs exploding in front of him. That's him in the watchtower with the flight jacket on. That's Cole. Like, that's how close to the action he was. Like, he was there. But I need, before we continue on to the question time, guys, I just also wanted to acknowledge one of our people, one of the Nightcap Nation guys that currently still works in the Navy and served in the Navy, Bert. I want to thank him for his service as well. He's currently listening to the show. He's having a great chat on YouTube. But welcome to the show for starters, and secondly, thank you very much for your service. Today's the day to celebrate you guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep. As Arbert's pointed out in the chat, John McCain Sr. was the pilot that was in the Phantom that accidentally released the rocket.
I did not know that. I've seen the documentaries and the Destroyed in Seconds versions and stuff, but never seen that. So I had no idea. Thank you for sharing that, Arbor.
There you go.
And on the other side of the fence, when it's not an Anzac Day show, we will have Cole Elliott back on the show to talk all about his comedic extravaganzas throughout the world. He is a very, very funny guy. I have known him now for 5 days, and so far every day for those 5 days, I've had 2 phone calls a day, and I'm loving it.
You're getting stalked.
Yeah.
And what a guy to stalk me, though, I tell you.
I was going to say, you're not complaining, are you?
Not even slightly. Not even slightly.
No, well,
No, he's a good dude. Big hello to everybody that is out there watching our show currently. There seems to be quite a large number of people tuning in tonight, so big thank you to all of you around this wonderful planet. Now, if you're in the Nightcap Nation chat on Facebook, if it's quiet, it's because everyone's jumped onto the chat that's currently live on YouTube, and we can actually see it live down the bottom here of our screens. So it's good to have you all there. So big hello to you all.
And JD's just asked that question in the Nightcap chat. Are we using the YouTube or here? Because she can't see anything because she's playing Sims and she's got YouTube on in the background. So we're all in the other chat, in the YouTube chat.
Now we're in the YouTube chat, and this is so confusing for me.
There's people everywhere.
I know.
I love it. Unorganised chaos. This is what we live for.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Now, I knew you guys were probably just stuck there watching me twiddle my thumbs and play with my phone during that interview.
We got on the tube of views.
Yeah. But we've got a lot of screens going here.
Yeah.
We do.
Me too.
On the broken laptop screen as well, so it's not great.
No.
And it also had delay between what we're listening to and the the other one too. So
Yeah.
we got stereo.
We got some going on here.
We'll make it all work. We always do.
Yeah.
We make it all work.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Bob's still there, Albert's still there.
Yeah, Kimatron, JB
Yeah,
Girl,
there,
Tucker.
yeah.
Everybody's tuning in, and I love it. Before we continue, do you like the little reeves in the background here and here? These were made by our little children. So that one there is Ocean Aiders, and that one up there is Iron Campbells.
Yay.
Right.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,
Well done.
yeah, very good artistics. What are they?
Yeah.
What are they? Now, what we're going to do...
As Albert has said, what's Facebook chat? That's so yesterday.
See, only if Miracle hung around.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
well, she didn't.
We promised the evolution of the program. We promised it.
She can bugger off. Oh, never mind, she has.
As Kimatron points out, we're up with the technology over here. Yes, ma'am, indeed.
Yeah.
And JD Girl's all alone in the chat, she says. Now,
We get to play on the bloody Sims, isn't it?
now, it is our Anzac show, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to do our best to turn it up, have a bit of fun tonight, and we're going to get down and dirty into it because we've played the question time music, which means that is indeed now time for question time.
Yay.
This is how it will work if you're out there and you're watching wondering how to do this. It's very simple. Jump on your Facebook computer type device, go to these 4 magical words.
The Nightcap Nation.
Hit join now, and after scrolling through 90 different screens, you too can jump into the chat and answer tonight's questions. Whoop, I'm ringing people now. Well, I don't want to be ringing people. What's going on there? I don't know.
You're ringing Col Elliott, aren't you?
I might have to give him a ring, I think. Tonight's questions are up on the board. They've been up there for a long time. This is how it will work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read the questions one by one. The wonderful people in this studio over here are going to utilize their names as buzzers in order to buzz in.
Parking.
Just like that. I will award a series of points at the end of 3 rounds. The person with the most accumulated points wins the prestigious Question Time Championship belt, which is over here, above my shoulder, right there. And I do need to say,
Gimme.
I did wash the shirt since last show. I just need to point that out.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and my jacket's been washed as well, and there's a new T-shirt on underneath.
I fail to believe that's true.
No, I watched.
No, you'd be accurate.
So all that being said, after we've heard your answers, we're going to see what the nation
Have to say.
You might hear that, which is a double ding, which means that an answer has been accepted and we're just going to keep on trucking. Or you might hear this. Oh. 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 And like a listener to the radio show giving up too early on a YouTube show, you too will not be able to pass go. So all that being...
You'll collect $200 like the people in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Often not valid in any country.
We've got
I like Kimatron's message here. Jady Girl is with all her friends in the chat.
Oh. Well, she's got her Sims.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, they're obviously more important than us, so...
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently. So, Parking Nick, Secret Agent S, and the Nation, are you ready to play? Question time.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to press the right button this time. Everything.
Didn't even hear it.
didn't hear it, so rum pum 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 pum.
Rum pum 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 pum.
You'll catch up. You'll catch up.
Yeah.
Relax. We'll catch up. So, question 1 is on the board. Allow me to peruse that question for you, which is very simple. Hands on your buzzers. Here we go. What is something you constantly got in trouble for?
Secret
Parking.
Agent Ness.
Oh, cheapers. I think it was parking, actually. I don't know. Was I right?
Yeah, okay. Something I always get in trouble for is I do have a tendency to take other people's sacred cows and grind them into hamburger.
Ah, yeah. That's not how you make
Um,
friends in India, mate.
No, it's not how you make friends anywhere, apparently.
Well, you don't make friends with salad either. So, you know.
No. The salad's pretty safe for me.
Actually, tonight, Parking Nick saw a tiny bit of broccoli and almost died.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Hey, I was on top of a packet of Lamington fingers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So that's garnish then.
Yeah, it was on the outside of the packet, but the whole lot almost went in the bin.
Hey, even
Set on fire.
even the cats don't want that stuff.
No, well, it's fair. You know,
They dead with their own bums.
did you know that Kimatron managed to get Parking Nick to eat a bit of carrot?
I got him to eat a goji berry once, but he likes
Why?
carrot
Yeah.
raw. Yeah, not cooked.
No, it can't be
raw.
cooked.
No, raw carrot. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're all up in that.
One goji berry, and that
Yes.
was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought it might turn him into Godzilla.
No, grainy bean, I can't stand it.
Secret Agent Ness, just checking the replay on my telephone, and it turns out you were next.
Oh, great. Well, to be honest, my written answers to this testimony to what I do get in trouble for doing is putting things off. I haven't written an answer in that spot yet.
Oh my goodness! Oh my
True.
goodness! I'm gonna give you
True.
60 points for honesty.
Yes. And the reason why I didn't write anything down is because I've been in ISO too long and I couldn't think of the word for putting things off.
Procrastination.
They didn't bother looking it up either, by the way. Oh, I'm blushing. It's so true.
It was like I'm not sure if I've said this joke on air or not yet. When I was, when I used to run security, I've got all my guards together and I said, right, whoever is the laziest here, you're gonna get $100. Put up your hand. Who's the laziest? Everyone put up their hand except for one dude at the back. I said, what's your problem? He goes, I can't be fucked.
Yeah, that would have been me.
What? When?
I don't know.
Oh.
What?
Shall we see what the nation?
I just say.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Question 1. Question 1.
So it has to be me that pums. I'm the pum giver and the pum taker.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Leading the charge tonight for the question, what is something that you constantly got in trouble for? Leading the charge is a Bobbin, who's in both chats currently. Thinking.
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 Tell
you what, it can get you in trouble.
It can.
Depends what you're thinking. Like, if you're sitting there thinking, plotting out your next mass murder, then yeah, okay, fair enough.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's probably likely to get you, not get you in trouble if you're plotting it well.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planning a getaway is a good part of that.
Yeah.
Harvey Dent, and I'm pretty sure he might be listening because he's one of those poor guys that can only do one thing at a time. So if he's listening, then he can't chat and back and forth. So if you are listening, Harvey, thank you very much.
Harvey.
Not thinking is his answer.
Nah. That can be a problem for a lot of people.
He won't get away with it.
I get in, like, that's my thing. I don't think at all. I just do, and then I'm like, I'm in trouble again.
Yeah.
Happens a lot. The Truman Show. Daydreaming.
Yeah. I think we're all guilty of that one.
Oh yeah. I like Yeah, so what are we doing? Oh yeah, daydreaming. Yeah. Anyway. Next up is our good friend Mulder. Hello to you if you are listening as well. but it's something that you constantly got in trouble for being her.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we like Mulder.
Yeah.
So no trouble there.
Yeah, never
Nah,
done.
Yeah.
nice.
Gold star for being Mulder.
Yay.
If you are Mulder.
Yeah. Yeah, but only.
Yeah, only one. Don't give it too many stars.
No.
Wonka.
Wonka.
Breathing.
Oh.
Oh, tell you what, there's a lot of spousal abuse in this. I've noticed.
Oh, yeah, there seems to be a lot of self-opinions in the Nightcap Nation.
Yeah.
We should, give them a laugh or something.
Yeah. Oh, we probably. Nah. Do they deserve
Yeah.
it? I don't know. Depends how many of them have been thinking.
Yeah, still breathing. Yeah. And Bert, in answer to your question, it'll be like the coffee cup last week. No.
What did I miss?
Bert wants to know if there's any fluid in that stubby that you're drinking, and I'll back it in there isn't.
Nah,
Nah,
there's not much.
it's not just a prop, it's a bad prop.
And it's not a stubby. It's a stubby bottle, but
Ah.
not non-alcoholic, sadly.
Oh, what?
No, I know. I'm still really happy that I made it through one entire show, making it look like I was drinking coffee almost the complete time. I'm still pretty proud of that. That's going up on my IDMB page. That's going to be my monologue when I apply for Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Next up, US Marshal. Hello to him, if he's probably listening as well. Reading and not paying attention to people.
Yeah,
Or something along those lines. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
yeah. Oh, I know that one.
Yeah. McLovin singing death metal classics like Dead by Dawn and Scream Bloody Gore whilst working in a hospital.
Why not?
Classic songs by Deicide and Death with the like Chuck Schuldiner. And both classics and well worth a listen if you haven't heard them before.
Jump on it. Or do yourself a favour. Is that the line?
Do yourself a,
Do yourself a favour. New up and comers, these blokes.
No, Chuck Schuldiner, he's not up and coming at all.
Well, he might. He might be risen.
He may be.
No, that's more of an Easter thing.
Oh, so it is. Yeah, that was last week.
That's all right. This is what I do for it. But speaking of which, using up all the toilet paper.
Yes, well, that will get you in trouble these days.
Especially if you're working in the Navy. You know,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of sore asses.
Toilet paper in the Navy, they'll have to use, take the skin off stingrays or something and wipe with that.
Oh, it didn't work for Steve Irwin.
No, it didn't at all, did it?
Did you know? I was actually going to say, they reckon that if he was wearing sunscreen, he would have been all right.
Yeah.
Because sunscreen protects you against nasty rays.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yes, sir.
It's an oldie.
And next up is our good friend, Mr. Tommy Tucker. For something that you get in trouble for, or got in trouble for, swearing.
Yeah, well, we've all done that.
That's shit, mate. Real shit.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That was going to be my answer, but I was too late.
Your answer should have been...
I was going to embellish it with many profanities. However, I've decided against.
Your one should have been dropping the C-bomb live on air. Although you don't get in trouble for it.
You get last week's because I snuck it in there.
I did notice you snuck it in there. And do you think I knew where to find it to edit it? No. So the kids on the podcast...
You got to keep exercising your technical skills.
That's it. Well, the way I looked at it is the kids on the podcast can learn some new words, so don't worry about it. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Oh, hang on. Tommy Tucker's put something in the Nightcap chat. He's put a picture.
Oh, he has too. He's
Yeah.
done a screen capture.
Oh, stating when Arbit puts up a thing like the emojis that don't actually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
says
it
that
does
you're
look like
watching.
watching Indians, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Didn't notice it.
Washes his hands. He's into his toilet paper. He's got this thing down.
He's got it
this
going on.
virus lockdown thing
Yeah,
all
yeah,
sorted.
yeah.
we all should go and hang out at his house.
Yeah.
He's got his shit together.
Certainly does.
Ah,
Shady girl, something that she used to get or sort of gets in trouble for, a terrible sense of humour, always saying jokes where they're not appropriate.
Yeah, I think we're all guilty of that.
All very guilty of that one.
Yeah.
Very guilty. I
Mm.
always wonder how soon is it allowed to be before you're allowed to make a joke about a tragedy, because like take 9/11 for instance. The time where I started making jokes was somewhere between the fall of the first and second building. Somewhere in between there is where I started making jokes. And I'm not sure if that was too soon or not soon enough.
Nah.
Well, I always say it's never too soon. It probably is, but
Well, sacred cows again.
Moo.
No.
Kimatron, something that she used to get and probably still gets in trouble for, slamming doors.
Doors.
Like, she does slam poetry all about Jim Morrison.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Yeah. Well, I'm here to clarify.
travel over, to be honest, Kimatron.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's even taken Jimmy off the wall at the moment. That's how much she was slamming at him. She's like,
Oh, really?
two.
About-
She was just all hours of the night. I walk out there and she's like freestyle rapping at him. I'm like, what's going on? So I don't know what's happened in their past, but
Yeah.
stuff, I suppose. And finishing up, question number 1 for us is our good friend Jane's sister. Something she got or gets in trouble for speaking her mind.
Oh, yeah. I know all about getting in trouble for that.
Technically, aren't all of us speaking our minds?
No, some people are speaking words that they think other people want to hear. Political correctness, for example.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, and I do self-edit because nobody needs the garbled mess that's going on in my head. Otherwise, you'd be hearing me counting my crochet. Having a conversation with the cats, having a conversation with the television, whatever's going on there, particularly if it's the news or an ad, and singing a song, which I might have just made up as well. So, yeah, don't need to speak my
going
mind.
on in here.
Yeah, it's usually 4 channels at once.
Well, what we might do is go to question 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, not.
Let's.
Yeah, let's.
All right, you talked me into it.
Question
Yay.
2.
I even put, there's even words, rum pum pum, that turn up so people can, if they don't know the words, they can sing along at home.
Cool.
I can get in amongst it.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to get one of those bouncy balls that sort of go with the lyric,
Yeah.
but I'm not that clever.
Got in.
I was going to just use my finger. Thank you very much to Tommy Tucker. I have missed that. That is, this is the greatest
Yay.
nation. Thank you very much.
Sure it is.
Yay.
And Albert is about to crack the code on what killed Jim Morrison. I reckon it was the schools.
Oh.
I reckon someone jumped him and went, "I'm going to mess you up so bad that you're going to wish that I didn't mess you up so bad."
Huh?
Yeah, I just thought it was the heroin.
Yeah, so did I.
Could have been that too, but
Yeah.
my story makes more sense. Hands on your buzzers. Here we go. Question number 2. What song sums up your life right now?
Secret Agent Ness.
Oh, that was, I believe that was Secret Agent Ness, actually.
Okay, well, I'm going to sing mine. Counting flowers on the wall, that don't bother me at all. Playing solitaire till dawn with a deck of 51. Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Now don't tell me I've nothing to do. That's my life right now. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm trying to remember what the
Awesome.
actual song is.
That's it. It's called Flowers on the Wall by, I think it's the Spatter Brothers. It was in Pulp Fiction.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Yes. I have heard of this pop that is fictioned.
Yes. Yeah, Flowers on the Wall.
Oh, there you go. All right, I'm going to give you 80. I'm going to give you 80 points because you sung it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guarantee he's not going to sing it.
No.
But what is your answer, Parking, good sir?
Oh, well, it's the same song that sums up the rest of my life. Repentless by Squire.
Can't sing it.
No looking back, no regrets, no apologies. What you get is what you see.
I like it. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to give you 60 points because you didn't sing it. And
Thank you, Captain.
mine's always the same. It's the fish tank that you used to see on Channel 31 at 2 o'clock in the morning. Just a bloop. That's it. That's mine.
Not much of a song, but that'll do.
Yeah. Oh, that and safety dance. Gotta have safety dance.
No,
I don't trust anyone
yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
dance. Even
No,
he dances after a few drinks.
Yeah, he does.
After he swore black and blue that he wouldn't.
You'll become moshing a slam dance.
Shall we see what the nation
Had to say.
Sure.
Question 2.
I tell you what, the graphics tonight have been on point. Not only can I do a killer fade on a radio, I'm starting to do the killer transitions here on visual medium.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm getting good at this, I'll tell you. Last week, not so great. This week, I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to slip between YouTube and the Nation and the Nation chat and the YouTube chat, and I feel like bloody Tom Cruise in Minority Report.
Yeah, I got to go and do.
Planes are in it.
Yeah.
I got that. I got 1, 2, 3 windows open. Chematron's just walked past with a chocolate egg. Oh, it's not for you. Hey, the nation wants to know why you took Jimmy down. I said that it was because you were freestyle rapping at him at 2 o'clock in one morning, and we still haven't got. Oh, because he died. Did you only just find that out? Yeah. Oh, this is awkward. Arbit has a theory. I have a theory, but Arbit has a theory about why he died as well.
It's also reckoning this is the best show so far since we were been on YouTube.
Apparently this is our best show that we've ever done on YouTube. So thank you very much, Arbit.
Thank you, Albert.
I don't know what his one is, but what was my conspiracy on him? How did he die again?
Heroin.
No, I didn't say heroin. Someone else said heroin. I think I don't know. He rap battled himself to death or something. I don't know. He was in an ice bath. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, maybe someone stole his kidneys.
Someone stole. It's probably fairly accurate, actually. What were we doing? Oh yeah, I gave you points. I gave them points. Now we're going to see what the nation had to say. That's what we're up to, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yay! Beaten up? Yeah, probably beaten up. That's probably what I thought. What song sums up your life right now? Bobbin with Basket Case by Green Day.
Yeah, great song.
Is that about
Great
going
song.
down the street and getting bread?
No,
Ah, well, then I don't know what it is.
it's about the confusion of youth.
Ah, right. Are they Sonic Youth or are they a different band altogether?
No, they're Green Day.
Right. Gotcha.
The Clue.
Harvey Dent. We're all in this together by Ben Lee.
I swear, if I hear that song one more time, sorry, Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Is it-
I'm the same.
Is it-
It's driving me mental.
I thought,
Yeah.
didn't Ben Lee have a disease that he wanted everyone to catch?
I thought
Conspiracy right
I thought
there.
Ben Lee was like an electronics wholesaler in Sydney.
Could be that
No,
too.
that's big.
Oh, that's Bing
Yeah,
Lee.
yeah, I like
It's his Asian counterpart. It's his Asian brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe Ben Lee killed Jim Morrison. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone had it.
I think you're onto something, mister.
No.
Someone had to stop those 19-minute bloody organ wanks.
uh,
That's what he was famous for, wasn't it?
Jim Morrison. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was arrested debating on stage.
yeah, and he fell asleep on stage a few times. That's why they ended up making so many long organ solos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim's
yeah,
asleep
he had
again.
his own organ solo on stage, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Yeah, he had an instrument, but oh, we could go on.
The story. This is directly from our source on the scene. The story.
Oh,
story we're now cross live to Albert. He's in Jim Morrison's hotel room. Story has it he was reading in a pub upstairs and died. His dead body was removed and taken to his house and placed in a bathtub where he was then discovered. So the story
Nah.
goes anyway. I'm going to take that as fact because it came from our reporter on the scene.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
And if we could get an off-air report about who he was rooting.
Probably
Well,
that
Albert
French
seems
girl.
to know about this. So
Yeah,
Albert might be, the source.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
Can-
want to know who Jim Morrison was rooting when he carked it.
Some French
She
girl,
must
I think.
Must have been.
Kimatron said he died in a Paris hotel room. If you read the book by his bandmates, he died of heart failure whilst in the bath. I reckon he choked on a chicken bone and never, but KFC covered it up.
I choked on a sandwich. No, that was Mama.
No,
No, Wagger sandwiches did in Karen Carpenter. Who figured?
and apparently he was rooting his girlfriend Pam. G'day Pam, hope you're listening. Just if you got time, Arbert's on the scene. He'll do a quick interview with you before we move on.
yeah.
Where are we up to? Mulder, the song that sums up her life at the moment. Little Girls by Carol Burnett.
Burnett. Yeah.
Burnett.
Yeah.
Annie the movie. Is that Annie Orphan Annie? The movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know that she predicted what the weather was.
Mm-hmm.
Because tomorrow, the sun will come out tomorrow, she kept saying. She was right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spot on. That's 100% success rate. Did he choke on vomit? No, it was, I reckon.
No, that was Bon Scott.
Yeah, it was Bon Scott in an elevator, wasn't it?
No, in the car
No, in his car. I was getting there.
in London.
I honestly thought Jim Morrison choked on like a chicken bone and KFC covered it up. Just seems like something the Colonel would have done.
They don't care.
That's why back in the early days the prayer used to be give us our daily chicken. But they had to cut that out because KFC covered this murder, so the Pope changed it over to Tip Top. Now that's why we thank everybody for the bread.
Yeah, right.
Remember the old saying, thank your mother for the rabbits?
Yeah, gone.
Used to be chickens.
Yep.
Anyway, maybe
Wow.
Is US Marshal All Guns Blazing by Judas Priest or Sabaton version. several neighbours have full autos out. Is he talking like full automatics or?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
He lives in Michigan, so
He lives in Michigan, so
Largest
they may
producer,
or
eh?
may not be legal.
yeah.
Yeah, they may or may not be legal full autos, and it must be a little, even living in a semi-rural part of Michigan, it'd still be fairly disconcerting, I should imagine, having full auto gunfire around the house.
Yeah.
I know exactly where he is in Michigan, and yeah, it would be a very unique sound to be hearing that echoing across the countryside. That is for sure.
Well,
But then again, barramundi's a pretty fucking big fish.
It's true. It's a good point.
I have seen on the news this week that Michigan have been petitioning the governor to try to move on and stop the lockdown there too. So they're probably all getting a bit antsy, getting their full automatics
I
out.
was going to say full auto gunfire would be a good motivator to stay inside.
This is where I want to go. Tell you what, that well-organised militia that's in the Second Amendment's coming in handy, isn't it?
That's right.
We all forget about that part until the militia turns up. Why are you all here? Well, we're a well-regulated militia. You know, like you've been trying to protect for the past 200 years.
We're regulating ourselves.
Yeah, we're from Michigan.
Yeah.
But
Largest
to be
producer of
fair,
handguns.
he's also from Michigan, and how well are they regulated?
Eh,
I don't know. Was ISIS from there? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Uh,
They do call Chicago Chirac. That's in Illinois.
just next
Just
door.
next door.
down the road a little bit. McLovin, the dead Kennedys, too drunk to fuck.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. Great song.
Albert
Love it.
made up a new song. It's called "Do You Have Any Toilet Paper?"
Beautiful.
And speaking of made up songs, Tommy Tucker, next, we are writing a song together based on a Facebook post of mine earlier this week, which is called Headlights in the Sky.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but I saw that picture that you put up.
Yeah.
It didn't look like headlights in the sky. Oh, either that or our version of the World Trade Center fell. I couldn't quite figure out which one it was.
Yeah. Basically, overcast sky. There were two crepusculars, they're called, but two beams of sunlight coming down, basically side by side. I managed to get a photo from a decent standpoint, and it just looked like headlights in the sky. And Tommy took a message to me and said we should write a song called that.
So
So-
we are.
Can't
So
wait
we
to hear
are.
it. Can't wait to hear it. I really can't. Thanks for including me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Do you need a triangle player?
Not yet.
All right.
We'll call you.
All right. I appreciate that. Where do I send my audition tape?
Send it to PO Box 12 in Durapilly, Queensland.
Gotcha. I'll send it to him.
4066.
Where were we up to? We were up to Tommy.
McLovin again. Yeah.
Who were we up to?
McLovin again.
McLovin.
Yes,
again.
McLovin again. If you could do it all over again, I would do it all over you by Caravan.
Haven't heard of that one, but yeah.
But I'm down for it, you know. Chematron Tools Enema.
Yep. What was anemia?
Oh, it could be anemia. Maybe I'm pronouncing it incorrectly.
Oh, no, it's enema.
Enema?
I don't know. I'm not a tool fan, I'm afraid. I don't know.
And Jady Girl finishing up question number 2 for us with All By Myself. Oh, no, I do apologise. I missed Jane's sister.
Up one.
I did. Nirvana smells like Team Spirit.
Yeah.
So everything must be a mumble and a gargle.
I'm thinking she's got her kids at home all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Another dead singer, by the way.
Yeah.
Who died? Oh, yeah, Nirvana. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have shot myself too if I was banging Courtney Love.
Yeah, read the police report. It's on thesmokinggun.com. Quite interesting.
Yeah, I would have knocked myself off too if I was dating Courtney Love, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wouldn't have gone full auto.
And finishing up, question number 2 for us is indeed Jada Girl with All By Myself by Celine Dion.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. And shit.
And
Uh,
her
and Tommy Tucker is logging out, apparently.
Oh, bye, Jimmy Tucker.
Bye,
See
Jimmy
ya.
Tucker.
Jimmy Tucker.
And according to Kimatron, Courtney Love killed Nirvana guy. What was his name?
Cobain.
Good.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
I knew it was Kurt something. I'm thinking, no. I think it was Kurt Cobain, wasn't it?
Kabang.
Cobain. She's walked in there going, get your head in the game. Get your head back together. Come on.
Oh, dear.
Now, what I reckon we should do, just for the pure amusement factor of it, we're going to go on to question... Oh, one cat so far.
Yeah.
First one for the night.
First
Captain.
one for the night. I've been keeping track. Look, hang on. I've even got it written on my notepad here. I'm keeping scores and got cat jumps. I've got everything going on here.
Wow.
One cat. Right.
And she doesn't know what she's doing. Oh, there we are. She's just parked.
Yeah.
What? God, I'm a fucking idiot. I actually went like this to try and see around the corner. Anyway, shall we do question number 3?
Yay!
Question 3. 3. 3. 3.
Rum, pum, 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 pum.
Bit of ululation for you there.
Ooh, lovely.
You did well. Pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it was almost a Tarzan, but it wasn't.
Almost, but not. Hang on a second. Let's see if this is.
Question 3.
Oh, I did do that.
3.
Oh, well,
Now it stopped again.
Okay.
Now, question number 3. This one's for the belt. So,
oh, Ellie! Oh, Ellie!
are you guys mocking that down on your sheet? One dog.
Yeah.
One dog.
You should have.
Setting an electronic record.
You should have seen the cow last night. It jumped over the moon and everything.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it all going on in this house.
Haven't you want?
Now, question number 3 is this. Sorry?
What about the possums? You going to get them on camera?
I should get them on camera. Max, my little favourite, he's got a little girlfriend now, and she hangs around, and she is a very pretty possum. I know that's a weird thing to say, but she really is a pretty possum.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But she's got different colouring too. She's got a bit of brown in her.
Oh, okay.
And so obviously she's a native to Australia.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
too soon.
squirrel.
Oh, hello. Is that another cat?
It's the same one.
Same cat.
She wasn't shot, so technically it's still the same.
Right, now she's gone. Right.
She's come back though.
She's
Yeah.
gone. She's gone to do a reset.
Here she is. Here she is.
Oh, there she is. That's 2. All right. Question number 3. Hands on your buzzers and on your kitty cats if you have to. Here we go. What is some crazy ways to waste time in quarantine?
Parking.
Oh, jeepers. Uh,
Hey, go with me.
yeah, okay, must be you then.
Oh, okay.
This. Doing the nightcap, watching the nightcap, watching our podcast again, and the YouTube thing again, showing your friends, sharing it with like the world. Yeah.
I'm watching this on YouTube as well. This show's all right.
Yeah, buy some merch.
Buy
for
some
Christ's
Buy
sake.
some merch. Yeah, we've got to buy some merch. You can buy some of
Yeah,
these.
see you cap.com. Get on it. Buy shit.
Yeah.
And subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah, like and
Like and
subscribe.
I might
subscribe.
even do that. Yeah.
We're
I
at-
might even do that. So,
You
yeah,
should.
everybody should.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember exactly how many subscribers we got. 63, I think. Which is not
That
bad
sounds
because
a lot.
we only had 50 before we started doing this, so, you know.
I didn't know that many people listen to us.
Parking.
Speaking,
What's a crazy thing to spend in quarantine?
to waste time in quarantine.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Let's do that.
Probably, I'll get no points, but writing a song based on a Facebook post.
No, it's still good.
Like
It's still good. I like that.
Yeah.
But because you didn't include me,
Yeah.
you've got a.
Yeah, well, I knew that'd happen. That's why I said I'll get no points for it. I'll probably lose all the points I've got
No, look, you've got
for
a.
time ever.
You've got a respectable 180 points.
Oh, well done, well done.
Congratulations! That's a respectable win.
Pretty good for me.
And Secret Agent Ness bringing home and winning the prestigious Question Time Championship belt on 200 points.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I feel honoured. I really
You are.
do.
That's
You feel
fantastic.
ironed?
Honoured.
Oh,
Well, no,
you
we're
said
on the ironing
ironed.
board.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're set up on the ironing board, but yeah, honoured.
coming to you live from the ironing board in the lounge room.
Can you do this one?
Me or him?
You. Why would I get him to do a girl's job? You missed that, I bet you. Shall we see?
I said nothing.
Shall we see what the nation?
I just say, yeah.
3. He says as he coughs himself to death.
Yay! I did that a minute ago.
Hooray! Oh, I mean, no.
Yay!
Hooray!
No. No.
And Bobbin's put up in the chat about not as cute as her, but well, you've got a sugar glider, not a possum, have you? Isn't she got a sugar?
Yes.
Two different animals.
Yeah.
Two different animals.
Yeah.
Anyway, she leads the charge for tonight with what's some crazy ways to waste time in quarantine. Bobbin, to do non-stop 5D paintings. What the hell is a 5D painting? 5 dicks?
Time is the 5th dimension, isn't it? Or is it the 4th?
Well,
Maybe it's time travel.
Maybe it could be time
Yeah.
travel. Maybe it's intergalactic travel.
Yeah.
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 Well, maybe it's into the spiritual realm.
Could be drawing
Yeah.
auras and shit.
We've got our nightcap ghost.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Hang on. We've got some photos that have just turned up in the chat. Let's have a look. Ah, right.
Let me get in there. Let me see.
That's all right.
I don't
I'm getting in there.
I don't even know how to describe that.
5D, I guess.
Yeah, well, spot on, actually. It's probably the correct name for him. I always thought that 5D just stood for, like 5 dicks or something.
Wasn't that how they used to do 5 shillings?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I like the clown in that. In there. There's some good stuff in there. We might have to do one about us. Do us a 5D.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Not me.
That
though.
clowny one.
Yeah, clown one's cool.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, some good ones there. Some crazy ways to waste time in quarantine. Harvey Dent annoying his wife. it is,
With a
actually.
follow-up picture.
We had the follow-up picture of her with a nice black eye.
Yeah.
And an appropriate look.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, a look that says, "Why did I say that?"
That's pretty much the look.
Bob and those are awesome. They look fantastic.
Yeah, there's some. There you go. So there's logos made up. There's a whole bunch. The chat's taken off again for some reason on the other chat now. Just to
I'm
make
nervous.
it more difficult. Let's bounce back between there.
Yeah.
I'm putting pictures up.
Yeah.
I've just got to attend to a cat.
Whoop!
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll wait here.
Did it jump over? Did it
No.
jump?
No. It's on top of the fridge.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
that's probably where to put them, I suppose. Albert can't see the pictures. They will be in the nightcap chat for you for after
Yep.
the program comes to an end. If you'd like to go back
Yep.
and have a look.
Yeah, they're in the Facebook nightcap chat. Yep.
That's right.
Damn cool.
Strange, crazy thing to do in quarantine is moulder with exercise. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff that.
I went and did some exercise today
Mm.
for the first time in a week. I went out of the house and I went to Aldi, so I could get a bit of a chance to walk, just not around the grocery food, but to see what all sorts of goodies they had down the middle aisle.
That is great.
And there wasn't much.
No.
It wasn't fantastic today. Although they did
that's
have
good.
lounges for, but there were no 3D printers. There were no,
No.
full-size
Post-hole diggers.
skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No post-hole diggers or Meccano sets for 40-year-olds.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's
Yeah.
where I got my first arterial mortar set from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an Anzac Day clearance sale. So I went in there and bag full of mortars. I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. $8.50
Yeah.
a mortar. Like you can't order them off eBay for that price.
Wrong.
No.
Can't
They're
go
not
wrong,
long.
Cap.
No, they're not long range because they're only mortar shells, so they're only accurate for 100 meters. But
Yeah, but that's enough to shut the neighbours up for a while.
oh, exactly. Me and that guy that lives 100 meters away, we have the best fun. Well, I do. I'm not sure about him, but we have the best fun.
Yeah.
I'm having time of my life.
You're kicking over to him.
He's so busy with lights and sirens and shit. Noisy bugger.
Yeah, and the bomb squad visiting all the time.
He just doesn't know how to handle his firearms.
No, that's his problem.
US Marshall, again, hello to him. Strangest thing to do during quarantine, forging lessons with his daughter in the farrow farm fields. She's made a pretty good wild onion soup.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Getting out, seeing a bit of nature.
Yeah, digging around in the ploughed fields and digging up stuff and making a wild onion soup.
Yeah.
Even I do that.
Yeah.
Yes, Linda, if you can send some over, please, it'll be lovely.
Yes.
Absolutely. McLovin with this is an interesting one. Making a giant fairy out of paddle pop sticks and chewing gum that fires glitter cannons at people when they get too close.
Yeah.
I want to see a finished product.
Make me one.
McLovin likes his glitter cannons.
Mm.
Yeah, he's mentioned those before.
Might do.
I want to see it in action. I really do want to see it in action. I reckon that would be bloody hot knot. Nice pillow.
For sure. Yeah. The cat's on the fridge again.
Ah.
Yeah. So she'll just out there and meow until somebody goes and speaks to her.
Oh.
Yeah. Or if she's not meowing, she'll scratch at the wall. So yeah.
Next up, we have Miss Dawson.
Yes.
Miss Dawson's answer is playing a game that your 5-year-old invented.
Sounds fab. Sounds like great fun. She's got a picture in there as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had to play a game with Ada Girl, or Ocean Ada during the week, and it was a Lego game where you had to build towers around a board, right? So obviously she won because I'm so shit at Lego that I can't even play a game designed for 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you build a tower? She just put them on top of each other, Dad. I'm like, well, do you click them or what? What are you supposed to do? Meanwhile, she's got this monstrosity, Taj Mahal of Lego.
That was 16 chapel of Lego.
I've got hobo apartment made of cardboard. That's all a bit floppy. It's all a bit floppy. It's not standing upright. It's not good enough wet.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Sure, you're talking about Lego there. Won't stand up straight, doesn't go well in the wet. That's why. Brewers.
Albert, counting how many rolls of toilet paper he has remaining. And what's the answer?
Well,
I'm going with, he was up to 43 last week. So
I think you should count it by sheet.
I'm going to go with 51. I reckon he's gone out and bought some more.
You reckon
He's
he's
bought
bought
another
some
12 pack.
I reckon he's down to
Yeah.
40. I reckon he's down to, no, 39. I'm going to say 39. I'm going to write that answer down,
No.
39.
Yeah.
You're saying 51. What about you, Parkin? Get your answer in.
Yeah, 50 and a half, because there's going to be one on the roll,
Oh, yeah, half.
one on the spool thing.
All right, the correct answer is
Oh, there it is. It's in the YouTube chat. 41.
41.
Rush out and buy some more.
Yeah, go get
Yeah.
some more.
I was the
you've got
closest.
double length at the moment for a good price.
I got double length.
Yeah.
Bought some. We're talking toilet paper.
Yeah. Now the other one's only sticks out because it's too short to hang down. So,
Ah,
yeah. Strange thing to do whilst in quarantine. Tummy tucker, hiding out at the Winchester until all this blows over.
yep.
Shaun of
Sally
the
Shaun
Dead.
of the Dead.
Fucking love
Yep.
that movie.
Absolutely. What a great movie.
Mandy, a soft drink she's not, because her last name's Oaks. Having a virtual / online adult sex toy lingerie party, and then if you want to hit her up, she'll let you book her.
Hit her up for what?
I don't know, just with books apparently.
The
And
sex toy party.
Tilly
She's
took her and-
advertising in question time. What? But hey, we don't do shout outs.
Tilly took her and Payday are clearly not listening to the show, so then.
Next up, Kimatron, redoing the gardening.
Mm-hmm.
That
She
is
has
a
to.
crazy way to
Yeah.
pass the quarantine.
Well, it turns out we've got grass.
If you like.
Yeah, aye. And there's plants and shit in there.
Lawn.
Yeah, lawn.
Wow.
You can play bocce on it, but you wouldn't be able to play lawn bowls or nothing.
Nah,
No.
not
Slopes
that
down a
level.
bit. Nah. Bocce's
Yeah.
bocce's alright.
Okay.
Croquet, yeah. If you,
It just,
as long as you hit it in a straight line.
No.
I haven't got room to turn it around though, but you can at least hit it towards the fence.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can play backyard cricket if you're midgets. That's why I want to watch just a little bit of cricket.
Nah. R.
Skittles waiting for the rest of humanity to catch up.
I like that one. I like that.
I don't
Yeah,
mind that.
yeah.
I don't mind that one at all. And Jada Gill finishing up question number 3 for us with to rearrange your shoes in season category, moving your summer shoes to the back and bringing your winter shoes forward.
That's not a crazy way of doing it. That makes a great deal of sense to me. I love that answer.
I only have 2 sets of shoes. Which ones are my winter ones?
I've got work boots and one pair of runners.
What about thongs? Do they count
No.
as shoes?
No, they're more general category footwear.
yeah, because they're also pest control.
Oh, yeah.
They fall into the pest control category. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Arvid's asked online as well whether or not we've got Weird Al time tonight. Sadly, no. As much as I'd love to, sadly not. But what
Weird Al.
Sorry?
Does Weird Al expect us to pay him?
I'm
Play
hoping,
his music?
well, kind of, I think. It's kind of what artists
Yeah.
want. But I do have a program to play another song in just a moment, which we might play before we say our good nights. This is actually probably a good way to wind up the show. Actually, this is probably a really good way. This is from a group called Hype Duo, and they were on the comedic track that we heard from Chris Franklin the other week, which was Stay the Fuck at Home. But this one, this one was created and written to include Anzac Day 2020.
Yeah.
So this particular song is to honour the Anzacs the way that we had to honour the Anzacs today. So I thought that's a great way to finish up the show. We will hear it, and then when we come back, we'll do our good nights and stay tuned, because this is a really lovely song. I'd love your feedback on it as well. If you're an emotional person that enjoys music, have your tissues ready.
Oh.
The bugle still will sound, the last post at dawn, and as a sign of respect, we will walk onto our lawn. We will do what we can to show you that we care, and as we all sing Advanced Australia Fair. So polish your medals and press your shirt, but still crack a cold one, even though we know it hurts. We can't line the streets with the confetti you deserve, but today we remember those who served. We will never forget you on this Anzac Day, lest we forget when the world has lost its way. We will always remember on this Anzac Day, and we thank you for the sacrifice you made. To all those that died for the life we have today, and those who returned and then lost their way, but you had our back, and today we've got yours, and at the falling of the sun, Australia will pause. To our mates who have served, to the ones that we know, to Woody and to Franklin and my brother Flano. We would usually catch up for a beer and a feed, but we're always here if there's anything you need. We will never forget you on this Anzac Day, lest we forget when the world has lost its way. We will always remember on this Anzac Day, and we thank you for the sacrifice you made. All the RSLs are empty and things won't be the same, but that doesn't mean respect won't be paid. For the Anzac spirit, it will shine on through today, and next year will be better. It's the Aussie way. From cadet through to corporal and sergeant in his mess, thanks to all of you for being there and giving it your best. Cheers to you from your lounge room, 'cause we have to say we salute you on this Anzac Day. We will never forget you on this Anzac Day. Lest we forget when the world has lost its way. We will always remember on this Anzac Day. And we thank you for the sacrifice you made. We will remember them on this Anzac Day. We will remember them on Anzac Day.
There it is. What else can you say?
Good song. Good
Yeah,
song.
very good.
Very, very good. It was Hope Duo. We're going to have them on the show. We were hoping to get them today, but sadly, obviously, very busy today. Performing that song on just about every
Yeah.
channel in
Yeah.
Australia today. So good on them. That was a beautiful song. What a fitting tribute for
Yeah.
this year. Absolutely fitting
Yeah.
tribute.
Yeah.
There's no joke to go out on tonight. Normally we do. Normally there's some kind of joke, all that sort of stuff. But
Nah,
this show,
not today.
I look forward to this show every year. I really do. And to be able to just give this much to the Anzacs, I feel like I've done something then.
Yeah.
So, but what I'd like to do on this side of the studio, he's of course the Lord of Rock and Roll and the King of all things metal, son of a World War II veteran, Parking Nick.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Secret Agentess. Thank you, Nation. Bless you all, Anzacs, everyone who served. We thank you.
We certainly do. And Secret Agentess, I don't know about your family's history with the military. I've should have asked that question many years ago, and sadly I haven't.
Yeah, my grandfather was in the Air Force, and he served as a radio operator in Malaysia.
Wow.
And my dad was also in the Army Reserves as well, and was very close to being drafted over to Vietnam. And fortunately, he didn't need to go. But I'm pretty sure that that they drafted him, but then the final group didn't go through. But when I was born was 1973. And so that was coming up to the end the beginning of peace negotiations. And my mother used to go and visit the doctor in Macquarie Street in Sydney, which is right opposite Parliament House. And she was really, really frightened at the time that Dad was going to get away. My sister was 5 when I was born, so she would have been left by herself with a newborn and a 5-year-old. And but there were protests going on all the time where she was visiting her doctor, and she'd have a really hard time even getting in to see her doctor in Macquarie Street. And so it was a really Vietnam in particular was a really divisive war. And we've still got a lot of people like Cole Elliott who served, and we're given a really, really hard time for having done that as well. So yeah, I'm very, very appreciative of what has been done to keep us Australia safe.
And for all of us, for me anyway, this is the holiest day of the year. That you can have your Christmas, you can have Easter and Queen's birthday, and even Australia Day, because without Anzac Day, you wouldn't have any of the others.
No, there would be no nothing without Anzac Day.
If Japan had succeeded in invading, there'd be no Australia Day. It'd be something totally different. So this is the holiest year for me.
Yeah. And I'm
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just really grateful that people have made so many sacrifices, and it's something that for people of my age bracket, most people haven't had to experience the hardships on a daily basis within with big groups of people going overseas and serving for Australia and for other countries as well. So I think we've had it pretty easy. I mean, there's been Australians going over to war in the meantime, Afghanistan and Iraq, and I think we've still had it pretty easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a big thank you to you guys, and a big thank you to all of our servicemen. And I know that there's a lot of service people in my family, as well as Kimatron's family as well, from grandfathers to fathers to great-grandfathers and so on and so forth. So a big thank you to all of our servicemen and women that have protected us since the beginning of Australia. So thank you very, very much. I'm going to leave you with these wonderful passing words which have been handed down through generation upon generation, which are very simply, you have been the Nightcap Nation, and I have been your captain and the Nightcap.
Lest
Lest
we
we
forget.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
The following program, The Nightcap, is recommended for a mature audience. There is a strong chance that the show will contain adult themes, subjects of a sexual nature, coarse language, the coronavirus, traces of nut, the T-virus from Resident Evil, the location of MH370, gluten. It is recommended that all caution be taken when listening to the program if you're easily offended.